Today we're going to talk about the brand new game mode Demon King Battle, which is going to give you the materials required to true awaken your units. A brand new awakening system that gives you 1k combat class and 10 damage reduction. Whoop-de-doo. For all of your units, it's the same thing. So you're going to see two difficulties. We have Extreme and we have Hell. You're going to get one weekly attempt, but you are allowed to attempt multiple times if you lose. So you basically get one free win, and then you have to spend 225 coin points in order to unlock it again. So basically an SSR coin, or I don't know, 225 divided by 15 for SR coins, and then the same thing for R coins. So this is going to be the teams that we're going to use. Team A is going to be Albedo, Cock, Gother, and Inashi. And then Team B is God, Melee, Chandler, Melascula, well, Green Melascula, and Red Zeldris. The exact same setup you can use for Extreme as well. The gears are going to be an attack set on Albedo, HP defense on everybody else, and then a attack set on Melee, and then HP on everybody else. HP defense, but Melascula is going to have HP lifesteal because it's Green Mela and she scales off lifesteal. We have attack food, and then for each team, we're going to do race characteristics. So we could do this, or you could do the other unknown set, which is the human, right? Sky, Ocean, Summer set that also boosts unknowns and humans attacks. We're going to try the debuff one because we do get debuffed pretty often. And then for demons, obviously you're going to run the demon set. So that's going to be the setup. We're going to go ahead and jump into it. So as far as I can tell, no matter how you spin it, you are, holy lag, you are going to go second. So that's why we have our unknown team up front. We kind of want these guys to take the initial set of damage. You're going to get the attack-related buff on Albedo, and you'll have some debuffs to cleanse with Cock. So we're going to talk about how this man works once it gets to our turn. You're going to see a set of rules, next rules, that are a little opaque, right? So we need to be able to use a buff, an attack, and a debuff on the next turn. Otherwise, if we fail to do at least two of these, we're going to get a Demon King's Verdict, Tier 1, 2, and then Annihilation Sentence. These are basically penalties for not being able to follow the rules, and he'll eventually completely wipe you. If you're able to get two of the three rules complete, then Wild will show up. There's a Wild counter on the applicable turns. He's going to stun and then do some stat downs. And if you're able to follow all three rules, then you are going to, again, call on Wild, but you'll get a rank up. So, to start off the first turn, we don't have to follow the rules yet, but we're going to cleanse with Cock, and we're going to burn some stuff. So, as long as I have these, we are fine. Make sure to not burn the applicable cards. And he starts off with, what is this, defense up, 2 defense buffs. We do very little damage. He's going to throw down some corrosion stacks. That's eventually going to tick for a lot of damage. I'm not worried about it too much. We should be okay. We got a pretty nice opening hand, because this is technically a rank 3 Albedo counter. I don't know if I want to burn it on phase 1. Now he does this AoE. He's going to miss as long as Albedo, or technically anybody, has an attack-related stat buff. But obviously it's easy to get that on Albedo. So now you're going to see these start to glow, come a little less opaque. The Wild counter also gets some color to it. That's how you know it's time to go. It's go time. We're going to follow the rules. So we're going to buff, we're going to attack, and then we're going to debuff. So how do we want to do that? Well, our only buff on this hand is obviously the rank up. Now if you can't follow the rules, right, that's what your team B is for. We have a Mela buff here, a lot of attacks, and a couple debuffs. So if at any point you can't follow the rules, try to switch teams, see if you can set yourself up to follow the rules then. You also get the turn in between, because he lets you know what the next rules are, so you can use the downtime to try to set up if you need to. So, like I said, we're going to buff. I think we'll just buff Albedo, right? And our good attack will be a Cock attack, because we do have debuffs, so he's going to cleanse, then add HP buffs. And another debuff, or a debuff, I should say. So we'll throw out some pumpkin bombs. Why not? The order that you follow them is also crucial, so make sure you do that. Looks like each time we attack him, it seems like he gets a defense down. We follow the rules perfectly, 3 out of 3. So Wild shows up for being at least 2 out of 3. stun, all stat down, and we got to rank up. Which is also why I didn't want to rank up Albedo technically, because I am about to burn a rank 3 counter, but it's whatever. So the next set of rules are going to be an attack, a debuff, and a recovery. Now you're going to notice neither of these teams have a recovery, but as long as we follow 2 out of the 3 rules, it's okay. And we're also just going to rank 3 counter anyways, and then burn all the excess. And we'll call it there. Now, the rank 3 counter, since counter for her does scale off of buffs, it's amplify, as long as you've been cleansing with cock and getting the HP buffs, she's gonna have a lot of damage stored up in that, you know, little attack. So we're hitting for 2.5. I don't know, that's kind of insane. We still have an attack down, borrowed attack here. Almost 2 taps it. Takes about 3 attacks. What she will do is third attack here. It does miss because the attack related buff, but it still procs the counter attack, which is nice. Right, so that's going to be phase 1. It is just 2 phases. Let's take a look at this little animation. My man's a little upset. Corrosion is here to stay. We got some debuffs. The next set of rules are going to focus on skill ranks. So you're going to see rank 3, rank 2, and rank 2. Obviously, we can absolutely fulfill those requirements. I'm going to keep using this team. I don't really necessarily need to switch to these guys yet. I really want to find a counter. So I'm going to burn a lot of this nonsense. I'll get rid of the pumpkin bombs. Now, I did technically get rid of all my rank 2s, but I do have a rank up, and I'm bound to get a rank 1. So this will be a double rank 2. I'll have a rank 3, and we'll be okay. No albedo counter, unfortunately. That's kind of what we're looking for, but that's okay. We'll see if we can make do without. The big difference between phase 1 and phase 2 is this immortality buff that you see. The only way to get rid of that is basically to follow the rules twice. So 3, and we actually got rank 2 naturally. So we're going to save the rank up again in case an albedo counter shows up. Again, getting attacked does cause a defense down, which is good for us. Right. This man still has like 8 million HP, I think. Follow the rules perfectly. Here comes Wild. He's going to do his little thing. Little spin thing. Stun. All stat down. And look at that. So we got the albedo counter. Beautiful. Now, a rank 3 counter is going to last 2 turns. He is going to single target if I don't albedo counter. And the single targets are going to rank down. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to save this. I don't want to mess with this setup. I like it. I don't want to counter too early. I don't want to burn anything that I don't want to lose. I want to make sure that I can use it for the kill. So I'm going to go ahead and switch here. You can pretty much do whatever we want here. So we want to make sure that his gauge doesn't get out of control. Something that's messed me up before is that you can't see what he does. It only really matters if he is ulting. So you got to pay attention to his ultimate move gauge here. It's best to switch to the demon team because you do have 2 single target ult removal between Mela and Zeldris. Technically the unknown team does, but you have to get a rank 2 on an Ashe single target, which obviously is much more difficult than just using these readily available rank 1s. So Chandler counter doesn't really put in the work that albedo counter does. We're gonna get a little bit of a rank up for our melee, God melee. So we could follow 2 out of the 3 rules with this team, but I'm gonna go ahead and switch back because I've got 3 rank 2s right here, which means I can follow the rules perfectly, get a stun, and get a rank up. Unfortunately, it is going to end up being a level 2 counter, but once we follow the rules perfectly here, he'll lose the immortality, and because it's still at level 2, it should last for 2 turns, and it'll be up when his immortality is gone, and he will be attacking into it still. Not here, because he does get stunned. So we're going to try to do some damage here. We do have 3 ults, so we're probably going to lay that on him. We do have Quell. While his stance is up. Cock's going to do a little bit. Increase basic stats. That'll be big. Amplify damage from Minashi. That'll also be big. Now, I should be able to kill with this next counter. That wasn't as much damage as I thought. Wow. He did a lot. Alright, let's see what this damage looks like from the counter. She's got a decent amount of buffs here. It should be pretty good. You'll see that his gauge is filled, so I would probably switch to the demon team and have them try to follow the next set of rules. Which I didn't really take a look at, but once you get to this part of the run, as long as you've got at least a rank 2 counter, you're pretty much guaranteed to kind of finish him off with that, which is why Albedo is extremely good for this stage. So that is going to be the Hell Demon King battle. If you guys like to drop a thumb, maybe sub if you're into that, and I'll see you in the next one.